Respected dignitaries, a glorious good morning to one and all. I welcome you to my presentation. Let me introduce myself. I'm N. Priyanka Sweru, studying in 7th class at TSWRES KC Amangal. Today, in this session, we are going to learn an interesting topic. We all have great dreams to scale that ladder of success. We all strive to reach success, but how to make our journey easy and fruitful, that is what we are going to learn today. Personality development through stories. Before going to my topic, let us tell you my objectives. What I'm going to tell you in my presentation. Let us take a glance of objectives. In this session, personality development through stories, providing children a window to new worlds. It gives them the opportunity to learn new ideas and information without realizing it. They are learning valuable life lessons through listening and engaging exciting stories. Children will develop positive thinking and children will develop memory, ability to focus, concentration, imagination, social skills, and communication skills. So here are some key factors that contribute to success. They are creativity, hard work, self-confidence, positive thinking, goal setting, skills, and plan of action. Let us tell you my advantages of reading stories. It gives new way to life, gives different perspective to life. Reading stories make you smarter. Reading stories increase creativity and imagination. It improves memory. It improves vocabulary and communication skills. It improves desire towards achieving goals. Lower stress levels. Not everyone on this earth born with a silver spoon. There are many here whose life is full of difficulties, hardships, struggles, and poverty. But somehow, with their perseverance, hard work, talent, confidence, and the never to give up attitude, turn their destiny to a golden path. So, such people are called great personality. Today, I will tell some stories about personality development. Now, I will tell you one of a great personality story. One day, a boy came home and gave a note to his mother. He told to his mother, this note is given by his teacher to him and said, give it to your mother. His mother opened it and read what's written in the note. After reading the note, her eyes filled with tears. He asked her, what was written in the note? She read the whole letter in a loud voice to her son. Your son is genius. This school is too small for him and don't have enough resources and good teachers to train him. Please teach him yourself. After many years, her mother died and he became one of the greatest inventors. One day, while he was looking at the old family things, he came across a folded paper in a corner of his desk. He took it and opened it. He read the paper. Your son is mentally ill. We won't let him to come to school anymore. It was the same paper which was given by his teacher in the school to give it to your mother. Now, can you guess who was that boy? Yes, you are right. He is great personality. Who invented the bulb? Thomas Alva Edison. After reading the letter, Edison cried fast and wrote in his diary, Thomas Alva Edison, who mentally ill child, that by a hero mother became genius of this century. After we listen to the story, Thomas Alva Edison, we learn from his personality that one should never give up. We need to believe in ourselves, move ahead in our life with positive attitude and hard work. Now, I will tell you another story about Abdul Kalam, how he became topper of the school. Those were the days when the Second World War was just over. Everyone was waiting for our independence. All the people of our country were happy and cheering the freedom fighters. Like all the freedom fighters, Kalam also wanted to do something for his country. For this, he thought, I have to study in a good school. Since he was in a poor family, he knows his parents will not able to afford the fees, so he did not dare to even ask them. One day, while he was studying, his father and mother came to him and said, your mother and I are not highly educated, but we know you want to pursue higher studies. We have great dreams for you, Abdul. Don't worry, we'll somehow manage the fees so you can study in a good school. Which school do you want to go to? Abdul replied, I want to join Ichwat School, which is in Ramantapur near Rameshwaram. His father said, okay, Abdul, I will manage something. But Abdul, you have to study hard and make us proud. He agreed. And his brother took him to the school and complete all the formalities for the admission. It was a very good school. The classrooms were big and had benches for all of them. The teacher used blackboard and chalk for teaching. Sports activities also encouraged in the school. During the hot days, teacher used to take them outside the classroom to study. They were made to sit under the trees to study. They would go from one tree to another when they had to change their classes. One day, Abdul was in a hurry, so he by mistake stepped into a wrong classroom where his math teacher is taking a class. He looked at Abdul and said, yes, Abdul, what do you want? Sir, I have to came to attend my class. Can't you see? Is this not your class? Abdul said, sorry, sir. I will never. Sorry, sir. What are you doing in the school? If you can't find even right way to your right class, you just go back to your village where you came from. Sir shouted at Abdul, and all the other students were looking at Abdul and laughing. The teacher started beating Abdul with a stick in front of the whole class. Abdul pleaded, please, sir, I will never do it again. He was sad and felt homesick. He wanted to go back to his village, but then he thought, my parents made great sacrifices to send me to school. I have to make my parents proud. He made a promise himself that today onwards, I will be not only a good student, I will be the best. He studied day and night. After a few weeks later, they had a maths exam which was conducted by that same maths teacher. Abdul wrote all answers correctly. After a few days later, the maths teacher declared the results. Rajesh, 60 by 100. Mona, 80 by 100. Abdul, what do you think? How much you have scored? Sir asked, and Abdul said, sir, I have written all answers correctly. Please tell me how much I have scored. You scored 100 by 100. Full marks. Very good, Abdul. Abdul was very happy. The next morning, during the assembly, all the students and teachers have gathered. The same teacher who had punished him, smiled and said, "Whoever I punish become a great man." All the students were started laughing. Then he recalled what would happen. "Now I will tell you everyone how Abdul scored full marks." Telling this, all the students were listening carefully. He pointed at Abdul and said, "This boy is going bring glory to our school and the teachers." His words of praise made for early humiliation. Abdul was elated when all the students and teachers started clapping. For vacation, he went back to his village. His entire family was happy. Her father hugged him with joy, and his brother patted on his back to encourage him. Abdul felt very happy. This is the story of a great scientist, missile man of India, APJ Abdul Kalam. How he developed his personality through hard work and dedication. Now, let us know one of the incident of Vivekananda's life as a child. When he was child, he called as Narendra. Narendra was master of storyteller, whose words were as magnetic as his personality. One day, while in his school, he talking animatedly to his friends during a class recess. Meanwhile, the recess was over and the teacher had entered the classroom and had to begin to teach his subject. But students were too absorbed in Narendra's story to pay any attention to the class. After some time, the teacher heard whispering. He understood the situation, visibly annoyed. He then asked each student what you had been lecturing on. None could answer. But Narendra was remarkably talented. His mind could work simultaneously on two planes. While he had engaged one of his mind in talking, he had kept another off on the lesson. So, when the teacher asked him that question, he answered correctly. Quite confused, the teacher inquired, "Who had been talking so long?" Everybody pointed at Narendra, but teacher refused to believe them. He then asked all the students except Narendra to stand up on the bench. Narendra also joined with his friends and stood up. The teacher asked him to sit down, but he replied, "No, sir, I must also stand up because who I was talking to them." This incident tells us that Swami Vivekananda believed in honesty since his childhood. Honesty is the best policy, so be honesty in your life. Now, we will see another live example. He is man of success, great personality, dedicated towards his work. His journey started from Alampur to Harvard University, IPS officer and secretary of TSWRES and TTWRES. Yes, he is none other than our respected R.S. Praveen Kumar sir. Friends, really want to become great personality in your life, you should follow these 10 commandments which are implemented by our Praveen Kumar sir in our schools. I am not inferior to anyone. I shall be the leader wherever I am. I shall do what I love and be different. I shall always think big and aim high. I shall be honest, hardworking, and punctual. I shall never blame others for my failure. I shall neither beg nor cheat. I shall repay what I borrow. I shall never fear the unknown. I shall never give up. Many students take Praveen Kumar sir as role model and become successful person in their life. We'll all know success story of Malavat Purna, who studied in TSWRES Third Voice School. Now she is a Guinness World Record holder, the youngest girl to conquer Mount Everest at the age of 13. She scaled Mount Everest and her name listened in Guinness World Record for her extraordinary adventure. Now, what extraordinary skill or talent does she have? She is physically and mentally strong and greatly dedicated towards her goal. And also with the kind support of our Secretary Sir, she able to climb Mount Everest facing most difficult hurdles in her way. As students of TSWRES Society, we are highly fortunate to able to learn various skills and gain intellectuality in our institution. Through various clubs and activities, we are able to improve life skills and we are able to learn life skills such as social skills, creativity skills, critical thinking, managing emotion, and coping with stress. Through Summer Samurai programs, we are given exposure to various skills such as horse riding, boat riding, journalism, aero modeling, hotel managing, sports and games, and many more. So, I urge you all to be optimistic and pursue your goals relentlessly. I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. I'm thankful to. It's time for questions.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka. That was a really nice presentation. So I would like to ask you that. So you were talking about a lot of stories which were really inspiring. So when we talk about a story, does every story have to reflect a core purpose?
Yes, that is a very good question. Yes, stories for entertain, they inform, they make us laugh, and they make us cry. And regardless of the means with which they express themselves. Great stories all share a common purpose. The dramatic theory of story base each and every one of its claims on this idea that a functioning reflects that a functioning story reflects a functioning mind.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka. And I would like to ask you that what is the difference between a narrative and a story? Did you do a narrative or a story now?
Uh, yes, here in a story, the plot and the characters are invented by the author. Narrative is an account of the author's actual experience. For example, the author constructed the house. The narrative is an architect's design. The story is the material that the builder used. The plot is how material is pieced together while building a house. I'm telling a story, ma'am. I'm explaining the story.
Okay, thank you, Priyanka. And also, I would like to ask you. So you were talking about one of the most, I mean, like few of the most famous stories of very great personalities, let's say.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, apart from these or including them, what is the best story that inspired you a lot personally?
I inspired by the most inspired story is that Praveen Kumar sir story, ma'am. Because of and Praveen Kumar sir has studied and studied hardly, and he became one of the inspiration to all of us.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. That was really happy to hear from you, because everything that is happening today, he's the one of the most important reasons. So thank you, Priyanka. We are done.
I'm thankful to our principal J. Renuka ma'am, my mentor teacher G. Kavita ma'am, my parents, and also TSWRS Society for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Thank you.